feel a little comfortable talking. I kind of wanted to go to a coach's clinic instead of like talking at a coach's clinic, but I'm prepared. So I got a sheet with some different ideas. It was kind of like a personal sheet, but I kind of like just gave it out because I didn't like make a PowerPoint. So basically about my basketball background is I'm from Toledo area. I played at like Mount Vernon. Anybody know where Mount Vernon is at? Like back in the day, it's not even a school anymore. I ended up going to Bowser. I got an opportunity to play at Defiance College. Went overseas to play for like 5 years, around like 10 different teams in 6 years, kind of like free agent madness. Then after that, I figured I would come back home. I got married, got established like basketball-wise, and Miss Tanya was one of the like first people who ever approached me about doing anything like with kids. I couldn't stand kids when I was young. And now I'm a gym teacher, and I help kids train basketball-wise. And so I got affiliated with Believe Center. I've been doing training there for the past 4 or 5 years, just small little one-on-one group sessions here and there. And I've been coaching. I coached at Northwood High School. We did not win one game the whole season. And then I coached at Rogers High School for 2 years as a JV coach, won the JV championship. Then somehow got demoted to the freshman coach and won 1 game that year. And varsity team did pretty good, went to the city championship both years. And then last year I coached at Central Catholic. That was a great opportunity to help out some top-notch athletes. A lot of them were football players, but the season went okay. But I'm at this point in my life where I'm trying to start like my own brand. It's called Growth Petaway Basketball Development. I'm making a lot of videos on YouTube, just short, straight to the point, like what to do. Because I know in practice sometimes when I first started coaching, it's completely different than playing in the game. Like I know what I'm doing when I'm playing, but when I go in there coaching, I got to lead other little kids, and it has to be organized. It can't just be just madness, walking in the gym, open gym, 5 versus 5, because that's not helping out anybody. All right, so as a gym teacher, like I learned how to lesson plan, and I learned how to like start building, just writing ideas and stuff down, being creative, finding different ways to reach the kids. All right, some of them might not be able to dribble with their left hand, so you got to pull them over to the side. Some of them can't shoot, you got to teach them this, like detail, not just get mad at them and say make the shot in the game when we didn't even teach them how to shoot the ball in practice. So just being a coach and just seeing that aspect of actually coaching and being on the sideline watching in the game, it's like we can all do better as coaches. All right. And I kind of wanted to see like who does high school basketball. Raise your hand. Like deal with the high school kids. Yeah. So everybody else does like younger, like underneath. All right, so basically I'm going to go through the sheet, and then there's some videos to show in a minute. So practice, why is training and practice important? I mean, each person has their own reason. I put down my reason. I know practice is important because that's the time teams bond, learn, and compete against each other. If not properly planned, it will be hard for the team to succeed. So everybody in here want to win a championship, I'm pretty sure. And nobody's just out there just playing. Like I'm the head coach at the YMCA, 7 to 8 year old kids. And I mean, we don't care about winning the championship. All right, but that's not realistic. I just do it because my son plays there. And I'm there to help out kids. But in this league or whatever, I mean, it gets competitive. Coaches getting arguments, technical fouls, might be a fight here and there. I mean, that's just the competitive nature of how it works. And we got to understand why training and practice is important. And one other big thing that I learned is like, can't do it all by yourself. So it can't just be one practice in there. Like one coach in the practice. It's hard to deal with like 10 kids with all these different type of personality, character issues, like if you can get help at any time, your cousin, uncle, somebody want to come, like a teacher, anybody you know, like bring them in there, a guest speaker, somebody to like help you with the kids. All right, it's always a plus. All right, because I know, like when I was at Rogers and I had these kids that like looked me up and down. Like when I walked through, they didn't care I played professional basketball or whatever. Like they train, I'm like, hold on. Like you should be respecting me anyway because I'm your coach. But at the same time, they like, no, like you gotta show me what you know or whatever. So like we end up implementing with the freshman JV coach one year. So it was 2 of us with like 20 kids, and it just made life a lot easier because we had 2 ideas. I mean, they couldn't do anything. Like you had to respect your elders at that point because it's 2. You can't turn your back and then somebody doing something else behind you or whatever the case is. So, all right, I'm getting off topic. But training is important because players at this age love the game, but don't know the game. So it's important they learn so they can be successful. Right, so just basically, like I said, instead of having 5-on-5 open gyms, for an hour, just do drills or teach them, pull them to the side. Each basket is here, create some type of stations, some type of format to the point where they're getting better. Personally, I can't stand defense. I play offense. I'm an offensive player. I teach offense. Defense is like somebody else got to teach that because I'm not going to put as much effort. That's why you need help sometimes because everybody has to know their own background. My team's just going to run and gun. We're just going to play and see how many points we can score. I'm not really going to. Me and Coach Tate was talking about that. Coach Tate's defense. So Coach Tate might come through there and say, you know what I mean, this is what you need to do, this is what we're going to implement, blah, blah, blah. He's going to put more time in his practice based around defense, all right? And that's probably more important at this age, all right, because a lot of kids just want to score and shoot, but they don't really know how to, like, get back, transition defense, guard this man, help here, there, whatever, so. So basically, the next portion is how to balance a practice plan. All right. Number 1 should consist of a warm-up. All right. Whatever you like to do. All right. I like to personally do exercises and stretches with the kids. Stuff I like to do when I go work out. So I try to implement that with them. You want to do jumping jacks, push-ups. You want one leader to get in the middle of the circle, and everybody else get around him and let that kid lead. That's what I do in my gym class. I just let them lead. Like 5 minutes, I just sit back and watch and go around the circle, and I'll just let them do their own stretch. Every 30 seconds, I might just say switch or pick another person. Like, y'all got to do something. Even before a game, the one thing I can't stand is layup lines. Because that's who don't do layup? I mean, that's not really helping anything. I didn't learn that till like later on. I'm just like, man, I can't just have my kids out here high school basketball doing layup lines, and we need to work on like how to shoot off the dribble or how to drive and kick. But they want to get the ball and do 45 moves and then shoot the ball. It don't make no sense. But that's what we see on TV though. Like if you go to a University of Toledo game, they in the layup lines. They can do that though because they prepare for that for so many hours. That's okay. Or the NBA. But the kids see that and they think that's cool. But I don't really think it's cool. So that's just one of my ideas, trying to improve the game. Another one is individual workouts. All right, so throughout practice, the players need to be going through an individual workout, basically. Like that's what I did when I was in college. The 45 minutes of our practice was you working on your game. Post players down here, guards over here, in-betweeners or whatever. You got to find out something for them to do on that side. And maybe some days everybody do post moves. All right, a lot of players don't know what to do when they get the ball, like inside the key area, like as far as pivots and how to turn and shoot. So if we like try to implement that, it helps a lot. And not just out on the three-point line shooting threes and doing a bunch of dribbling moves. And then I'll talk about that in a little bit. Defense, basically at youth, at this point, what I notice is just like one-on-one defense, basically. You just gotta teach them how to stop their man from scoring. It's not, don't even go into detail until they start understanding the concept. Like I got 7 and 8 year olds, I'm literally telling them, just follow that person around for right now. All right, when we get to practice, like week 2 or week 3, we might say like, if there's somebody driving towards the basket, I mean, you can go over and help. But for right now, they need to understand like how to stay in front of the ball. Like just if they have the ball or if they don't have the ball. Some kids are lost out there playing. And number 4 is offensive, like basically where to run. I keep referring to this 7 or 8-year-old coach, this team I coach at the East Y, but I just have them like run to spots. So I just set cones on the corner, wing, and at the top, and tell them to take off down the court and run to one of those spots with no balls, no nothing. So they understand that those are the top 5 spots I need to run in transition. All right, once you get older, you got to have a post player down there and all that. But at the beginning, just getting those 5 spots like down practice is like key. So I kind of implemented it and it kind of worked. So. And number 5, conditioning. Every coach, I'm pretty sure, got their own conditioning plan. That's like the easy part. You're just watching kids work out. Just watch them run. So whether you, but I mean, try to have it detailed. I mean, as far as maybe you can write down, we're gonna do 5 suicides, and then we're gonna do 50 push-ups. I mean, try to have it detailed instead of just making them run, or have them do it with a basketball. Right? A lot of times they might not have to dribble the ball. They might be doing like lunges or jumps with the basketball in their hand. They think that's cool instead of like being bored and just running and getting tired. And it's just like draining the practice over and over. Talk about just being creative. Just create stuff. Just write stuff down. A lot of times I don't even know what I will do in practice, but as I'm in practice, I mean, I'll start thinking the next day or whatever, just jot some notes down on my phone or watch other people's stuff. Like, I go on YouTube all the time, watch how other coaches run their practices, train their players, what they talk about. And practice is more than just doing stuff with a ball. You got to use like 5 to 10 minutes to maybe talk to them about academics or like how to do certain things, like life outside of basketball, because it's not always just come to the gym and we're going to try to win the game. A lot of kids got a lot of more stuff going on at home and stuff, and they come in to your gym, your practice,